Microphone. Will you? Yeah. Right. Or something. It's got to go behind.
Okay.
I shouldn't really be wearing it. It's an vanity.
Yeah. Is everybody happy? Are we all standing by? Yes.
Is it starting on a single of me?
The most important thing to remember is to smile all the time.
Is it starting on a single of me?
But it's starting on a bit closer up there now.
Right.
Trudy, could you just sit back and touch? Just a fraction, just from the beginning. How's
You've got
that?
a video, Jane.
That's fine.
I've got a video.
Yes, I've got a series. She's got one.
Because you know they're going to give you a video of this. You can go home and watch it.
That means if we get a video, they're able to watch it anytime.
All right, quiet, everybody, please. We are rolling.
I don't know what camera I'm on. This one. Is it Bob's your uncle? It is, isn't it? Hello again. Well, Uncle Bob will be here quite soon with Bob's Your Uncle. But first, I've got some competition news for you. Now, it's not a competition that we're running, but have you heard us talk about the Caps family? They seem to have won just about every competition that we've ever set on the Children's Channel. In fact, one of the ones they won recently was the World Famine Designer Logo competition. Do you remember that one? You had to design a logo for next year's world-sponsored famine. And I had Rolf Harris in the studio to help me draw that competition. Here's a little clip of him drawing it. We'll have a look at it now. Right, third prize.
Now, this is from a young fella called Alan Capps. He's aged 4, and it says here, Alan did the drawing himself, and although his mum had to do the writing because he was too little to do that yet, which
That's
is really
okay,
nice.
isn't it?
Yes, he's from Mount Pleasant Road in Hastings in East Sussex. And that's a very simple and very easily understandable message there. Every drop counts.
It's a good logo as well, isn't it?
With the tap and the turning the tap and the water dropping down into that. That's a real knockout, Alan. I like the drawing. It's gutsy, nice strength, and the very simple contrasting colours there.
And for a 4-year-old, that's really rather terrific, isn't it?
Great.
Great. Right.
It's a good one, isn't it? Super
it's
watch.
First prize time.
Okay, well, the reason that this grabbed me was because of the slogan, which I thought was just a knockout, and it tied in with the drawing. Wishing is not enough. Wishing is not enough. You've got to do something about it. And it shows a wishing well, but it shows these little kids very thin here coming up to, hopefully, to get some water out of that well.
And it says wishing well for the people, which is a good pun, actually, isn't it?
It is. A good
Because
play
it's wishing
on
well
words.
for the people, wishing them well.
It's not a joke. It's not a...
No.
You think of puns as a joke,
Well,
but it is a good...
Yeah, it's nice.
As you say, a play on words.
That's lovely.
Great.
Now that, I actually noticed that one earlier. I hoped you were going to choose that as the first winner.
Really?
Yeah, it's brilliant. And we all liked it, didn't we? We all thought that was a real good one.
Well, that's so true, isn't it? Wishing is not enough, and all those people that got involved show that they believe in that because they got on and did something about it.
Yeah, got really hungry for a day. It was rotten. But this was done by a 6-year-old, which is really impressive, called Jennifer Capps, who lives in Hastings in East Sussex. Now, Jennifer, I'll tell you what you've won. This is pretty exciting. Wow. What you've won is a night out for you and 3 members of your family at the Mountbatten Hotel here in London, in Covent Garden, which, as Rolf will tell you, is a very trendy area of London, is it not?
It's getting better and better and lovelier.
It's terrific. At the Mountbatten Hotel. And you can come down, I can't remember what the day is, I think it's November the 8th or something like that, sometime in November, I think. And you're going to come down on the Saturday night and you'll be brought down and you'll have free first-class travel on the train from Sussex, East Sussex, and I think you might even be taken out to the theatre and you might even be taken out to dinner, and it's all going to be laid on and you're going to be chaperoned around and have a wonderful weekend in London. Quite a good prize, isn't it?
Yes, I should say so.
Not half bad.
10, 9, 8.
Quite an impressive prize, wasn't it? And did you notice that the 3rd prize in that competition and the 1st prize in that competition were won by 2 people with the same...
Sorry. Sorry, Emma.
They have noticed in that competition little replay there that the first prize of that competition and the third prize were both won by people with the same surname, and that surname was Caps. Now, they've also won... Noticed on that competition, the first prize and the third prize were won by people with the same surname, and that surname was Caps. And I'm very pleased to have in the studio as my tea break guests those prize winners. That's Jennifer Caps and Alan Caps and their mum Trudy Caps. Welcome to the studio and welcome to Roustabout. Very nice to have you here. Now listen, not only did you two win that competition, but you've also won loads of others, haven't you, Jennifer? Which ones have you won?
I've won Famine and the
Eggs in Space.
and the...
Didn't you win the Monster Munch one as well?
Yes.
Was that you, Alan, who won the Monster Munch one? No.
Both.
Both of you won it?
Yes.
But all in all, there's 4 competitions that you've won, isn't it? Do you think it's just luck, or do you think that you're really good at entering competitions?
Luck.
Do you reckon? I think it's because you're both very good, and in fact very good at drawings, because we've rooted around in our files and we've found some of the winners that the pictures that you won with, and this is one that I think is terrific. Look at that. Octopus monster. Now, Alan, you drew that, didn't you? Were you pleased with that picture? Well, I'm not surprised that one won. That's lovely, good colours in it. And the other one, which is really, really good, perhaps you can hold the end of this for me, if you would, Jennifer, is this one, which was your entry for the Eggs in Space competition. Now, the thing I like best about this is that you can open the doors on the rocket. Do you want to do that for us, Alan? You pull those little strings, don't you? And what happens? Inside, if you can show that to the camera, it's got Mummy, Daddy, Alan, Jennifer and Bobby Egg, which just so happens to be the names of all your family, doesn't it? That was lovely, that one. Thank you very much for helping me with that. Very good at TV presenting. Now listen, you three have come down to London to collect your prize for the designer logo competition. Trudy, tell me what you've been doing.
Well, we started off very early on the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And we started out, we went to the cinema and we saw the preview of Howard, which is a new film that's out, all about a mad duck.
Oh, it's nice to see something that not everybody else
Christine
is
and her
seeing,
brother.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice, it's really funny.
Wonderful.
And then we had some lunch, and then we did a bit of sightseeing.
Where did you go sightseeing?
We went round Covent Garden.
Oh, what did you think of that?
It was nice. It's pretty expensive, the shops.
Yes, I know. Do they have the street theatre, though? Because they often have that in Covent Garden. Did you see any of that?
Yeah, they had a couple of bands there playing.
It's nice because that's completely free, which sort of makes up for the shops being so
we
expensive.
stood there for about 10 minutes, enjoyed that.
Yes.
And then the kids had a good old ride on the Underground. I think we were on about 10 trains, didn't we?
Oh, what did you think of the Underground, Jennifer?
It was noisy, but I liked it.
Did you? It is quite noisy. It's quite dirty as well, isn't it? But it's very efficient and it gets you places pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yes.
So you went on the tube, and then what did you do last night?
Well, we had a really smashing night we spent in the Mountbatten Hotel.
Right.
And we had really beautiful rooms, and I just really enjoyed it.
That's Hotel in Covent Garden, and that was part of your prize as well,
That's
wasn't
right,
it?
yes, it was a whole
And
night.
haven't you also been to the theatre, somebody was telling me?
Yes, we went to the
National
National Theatre.
That little one tucked away
That's
somewhere
right, yes.
in a back street somewhere.
And we saw the Pied Piper.
Now, the Pied Piper of Hamelin in that production is actually played by an actor called Sylvester McCoy, who was my tea break guest, I mean, really recently, like last week, wasn't it? Something like that. Maybe a couple of weeks ago. What was he like? You can tell us all now, because he was in the middle of rehearsing it when he came on.
He was very good. He
Was
had
he?
long red hair, didn't he?
Long red hair?
Yeah.
Do you know, in real life, when he was on tea break, he had really, really short hair in a very strange hairstyle. He was sort of punk haircut. So it's funny to hear that he's got long hair now.
He had sort of a hat on. We couldn't see if it was punk or not.
It was very punk. But did you enjoy that one as well?
Yes.
What did you think of it, Alan?
It was good.
Was it? Was it the best thing you've ever seen in your whole life? Well, that's lucky, isn't it? I've got some news for you two. You've won another competition. Did you know that?
No.
Well, you have. Your entry for our ultimate alphabet competition was so impressive. I've already showed this on Roust, so I'm going to show it again, where you had to put as many pictures beginning with one letter, and that letter was R, on a bit of card as possible. And your entry was so impressive that you won first prize in that competition as well. And that wasn't fixed. It wasn't because we knew that you were coming. but that was because it was just such a very good picture. So congratulations, you two. You've got some prizes coming up a little bit later, but I'm going to get our 4th tea break guest to give those to you later on in the programme. So don't go away, will you, either of you? And we'll come back and see you later.
Emma, we have announced that already.
That was great, thank you.
He was a bit nervous, actually.
Couldn't tell.
I think he's just like that, though. I don't.
Yes.
Is that your favourite programme?
Yes.
I'll ask you that right at the beginning then.
I like
Right, quiet, everybody, please.
Dear,
We're about to
I like
record
She-Ra
now.
too.
Try sharp.
10, 9.
Hello, welcome back to Tea Break with the Caps family en masse. Now, what should we have for the next programme? I wonder. Alan, what's your favourite programme on the Children's Channel?
Transformers.
Transformers. Would you like to see that?
Okay, stand by for me.
That's part of the microphone, just in case you thought I had a funny back. It's a bit of metal attached to that. Hello and welcome back to Tea Break, where I have the Caps family en masse. Now, what should we have for the next programme? Alan, what's your favourite programme on the Children's Channel?
Transformers.
You like Transformers best, dear? Well, perhaps we could have Transformers next. I think we possibly could. Now, listen, you two, it's big treats time. You are not only the winners of 4 of our past competitions, but you're also the winner of our Ultimate Alphabet competition, as I told you a little bit earlier. And I've got a very special person here to present your prize to you, and that is Ray Jones, who you've already met, because he is the concierge at the Mountbatten Hotel where you're staying on your treat to London, your treat trip to London. Ray, welcome to the programme.
Thank you, Emma.
Are these behaving themselves?
Yes, they are.
They're being good in the hotel, are they?
Definitely. They're the youngest celebrities I've had to welcome to the Mountbatten.
Are they
They've
really?
behaved exemplary, yes.
Well, their mum tells me they're very devious, so I have to take your word for that.
They've shown no signs of it so far.
They haven't
at the
been
hotel.
running up and down the corridors of this very posh hotel or anything.
Not at all, no.
Getting up to mischief. You've got some prizes for them, haven't you?
I do indeed, yes.
The 2 books of the Ultimate Alphabet, because they won the Ultimate Alphabet book.
Right.
Beautiful prizes. Would you like to give them to them?
I will. There we are, Jennifer. There's your book.
You.
And there's one for you, Alan. Okay.
You're going to have to get a special place somewhere in your house, aren't you, for all your prizes? You have to have a special shelf to put them on, won't you? Now, listen, you two have come down to London with your mum for the day, not only to collect your prizes for the design and logo competition, but also to help me out on Roustabout, because I've been having a few problems recently. I'd like you to help me out a bit. Is that all right?
Yes.
How about some birthdays? Do you want to give me a hand being a presenter and doing some birthdays?
Yes.
Right, well, you first then, Jennifer. If you want to look at that camera over there and say very happy birthday to Danielle Hutchinson, who was 8 on November the 15th. Can you remember that? Go on then, off you go.
A very happy birthday to
Danielle Hutchinson,
Daniel Hodgson for
who was 8.
Sorry, we had a
who's 8.
disaster at this end.
Oh,
You two.
you were wonderful.
Make a mistake.
8.
Danielle Hutchinson, who was 8 on November the 15th. Go on then, off you go.
Happy birthday to Daniel Hutchinson. That was 8 on November the 5th.
15th.
15th.
Beautiful. What a performance. Thank you very much indeed. And now it's your turn, Alan. Do you want to look into that camera there again and say happy birthday to John Ellis?
Happy birthday to John Ellis.
Very good. And that comes from his children, Nicola and Gareth Ellis, and his wife, who is Mummy Ellis, I suppose, really. Great, you two are born performers, aren't you? I'm also going to ask you to help me with the lucky dip. Oh, I'm putting you through it today, aren't I? Right. Who's going to do this? I think you, Jennifer, because you're the oldest. No offence, Alan. Close your eyes, have a scrabble about, and pull out a really good lucky dip for us. Right, let's see who this one here is from. Looks like a picture from here. This, dear Roustabout, if I am lucky, I would like a mug. Well, you may have a mug. Thank you, from David. David Gunn, age 5, who lives in Aberdeen, and he's done a picture of Decepticon Soundwave with his orange tape in him and an Energon cube and the rainbow. Well, of course it is. Honestly, that's obvious, isn't it? Terrific. Thank you very much indeed, David Gunn. That was a good picture, wasn't it? I think that was good. At the end?
Roustabout, you see it.
OK.
And we've got a fly as well. 9, 8.
Hello again, that's just about it from me today, but I've got some birthday greetings. That's the birthday sign. Some very belated ones, I'm afraid. Dean Grantsfield, hello. You were 8 on the 3rd of November. Happy birthday from Mummy, Daddy, Donna and Natalie. Danielle William Burton, that's a good surname. You were 13 on November the 4th. Lots of love from your mum and dad, and you live in Hastings.
Sorry, we had a little...
Oh, you know, Bill Wyman's bit. X-bit.
You don't want that yet.
Where's Trudy gone? I thought she was here. Hello again. That's nearly the end of Roustabout for today. Just got time for some very quick belated birthdays. That's the birthday sign. Right. This is to Dean Grantsfield. Hello, Dean. You were 8 years old on the 3rd of November. Happy birthday from Mummy, Daddy, Donna and Natalie. You live in Miglamorgan in Wales. Happy birthday, belated again, to Daniel William Burton, who was 13 on November the 4th. He comes from Hastings in East Sussex, same as our tea break guest today. And lots of love from your mum and dad. And lastly, happy birthday to Sean Nisbeck. That's a good name, isn't it? Who was 11 on the 16th of November and lives in Gwent. That is all from me for today's Roust. Oh, I've got some visitors. What are you two doing back here? I thought you'd gone.
He's got something for you.
What, a present?
Yes.
But it's not my birthday. My birthday's not till January. And it's a month till Christmas yet. Is it really for me?
Yes.
You are kind, aren't you? Oh, I say. Hey, look at this, chaps. That's lovely. It's like a little mini version of the Care Bears, isn't it?
Little plants goes to side to side.
Oh, that's great. Alan and Jennifer Caps, you are kind. Thank you very much. After all the presents that the Children's Channel's given you, you're giving us one back. Very kind of you indeed. I shall see you tomorrow when my tea break guest will be Ray Jones, the concierge who's been looking after these two little terrors while they've been in London. Until then, from me, it's goodbye.
Can we handle that rod going over?
Give us a quibble. Yeah, I
Yeah.
should. Put them down.
Did you say?
Let's see if there's any fur.
Yeah, they'll manage.
They could cut the sting out for the beginning for a start, couldn't they? Or can't they?
So I said slow.
How long over was I?
About 2.5 minutes.
About 50 seconds.
Okay.
Emma, can you